Have you ever had someone ignore your boundaries over and over, and then look shocked when you stop being polite? I was standing on a crowded, sweltering city bus when it happened. A woman, perfectly capable of standing on her own, decided I was going to be her human pillar. Without a word, without permission, she leaned on me once. I asked her nicely to move. She came back again. So the next time she got comfortable, I stepped aside and let gravity do the talking. If you've ever dealt with someone who thought your personal space was optional, hit that like button and subscribe, because this story is a masterclass in subtle, savage, and completely justified petty revenge. It was one of those days where the air itself felt hostile, the kind of heat that makes your clothes stick to your skin, where every breath feels thick and wet. The city was pulsing with humidity, and the bus, it was no better. There were bodies everywhere, a sea of sweaty, overheated commuters packed like sardines. But not packed that tight. There was still room to maneuver. You just had to make the effort. I was standing mid-bus, hand gripping the metal bar, trying not to bump shoulders with the people around me. Not an easy task, but manageable until she boarded. She looked to be in her mid-40s, well-dressed, sharp eyes, steady on her feet. She didn't seem ill, didn't have a cane or limp. She just scanned the bus, saw all the other spaces, and made a beeline straight to me. She parked herself right beside me. We were practically touching shoulders. At first I thought, okay, maybe she misjudged the space. It happens. People aren't always spatially aware. Then I felt it. Her shoulder, pressing into mine. Her full weight, not gently, not briefly. She was leaning on me like I was a wall. And I froze. Internally, I was screaming, "Are you serious right now?" But I took a breath, turned slightly, and said in my most neutral, polite tone, "Excuse me, could you give me a little space? It's just a bit uncomfortable." She barely reacted, just gave a brief glance, and slightly moved away. For about 3 minutes. Then she was back, heavier this time, full shoulder press, her entire side just melting into mine like I was some kind of public armrest. And the worst part, she didn't even acknowledge it. It was hot. I was tired, and now I was marinating in someone else's body heat like we were lifelong besties in a sauna. I wanted to scream. Every second she leaned on me felt like an hour. I could feel the sweat between our arms, the press of her shoulder digging in, the entitlement radiating off her like it was just my job to hold her up. And that's when I snapped. Not with words, not with yelling, just a plan, a petty, perfect plan. I could feel her relaxing, settling into me like she'd found her favorite couch cushion. So I waited until the bus jolted slightly, just enough to mask my movement. Then I took a step forward, quick, smooth, no warning. And without me there to hold her up, she toppled, not dramatically, not a full crash, but enough for her to completely lose her balance and land awkwardly on the floor. The bus went quiet for half a beat. A few heads turned. She looked up, stunned. Then she stood, straightened herself, and walked to the other side of the bus. Didn't say a word, didn't look at me again. The rest of the ride, peaceful. I stood tall, alone in my space, finally able to breathe without someone pressed into my side. And no, I didn't feel guilty. Because here's the thing, respect is mutual. I asked politely, gave her the benefit of the doubt. She chose to ignore that, chose to lean on me again and again, like I wasn't even a person. Sometimes the only way to teach someone about boundaries is to let them fall. Was it petty? Maybe. But in that moment, it felt like justice. Because some people only learn when comfort is ripped out from under them. Literally. So here's your reminder. you are not a public leaning post. And sometimes silence and a single step back can be the loudest statement you'll ever make. If this story made you cheer a little inside, hit that like button and subscribe for more satisfying real-life petty revenge. Drop a comment if you've ever had to get creative with boundaries, because we all know someone who pushed too far. Until next time, stay cool, stay respectful, and if someone leans too hard on you, step back. Let gravity handle the rest.